massive news out of
Oh my gosh,
trade.
the trades are coming fast and furious
Yeah.
and just in the last few minutes. So we're going to start this show with breaking news from Charania. He is all over it. It was almost a year ago to the day that Anthony Davis came to Dallas and Luka Doncic went to the Lakers. And now AD is on the move again. Shams, what can you tell us?
Hannah, this is a trade deadline week stunner. Anthony Davis, the 10-time NBA All-Star, has been traded to the Washington Wizards. So the Wizards are acquiring a future Hall of Fame big man. The Mavericks are getting back some players, a couple of young players, but 2 first-round draft picks and 3 second-round picks. But let's look at AD going to the Wizards now. He joins Trae Young, who they just acquired, the multi-time All-Star, formerly the face of the franchise of the Hawks. But Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George, Trey Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly, Bub Carrington, they've been building the last few years, but clearly the deconstruction phase in Washington is over. They're turning the page after this season on being competitive around that young core that they developed, and now they have 2 anchors of that in Trae Young and Anthony Davis. You think about the pick-and-roll presence that AD and Trae Young will have together, and defensively, Alex Sarr and AD manning the middle. But clearly for the Mavericks, 1 year ago, they traded away Luka Doncic, the face of that franchise. No one ever thought he'd be traded. There was going to be a statue of him one day, but he got traded for AD. It just did not work out, a slew of injuries. But the Mavericks, by making this trade, they've essentially cut their losses here. They've cut ties here, and they're bringing in significant financial relief. They're getting out of the aprons. They're getting out of the tax. They're getting some draft flexibility that now all combines to allow them to properly build this team around Cooper Flagg. He's the face of this franchise, the face of this organization moving forward, and that's what they intend to do. And one more note, Hannah, on the Wizards. They made a few trades here. Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma the last few years. That has now turned into Trae Young, Anthony Davis, and 5 pick swaps.
Well, it's really exciting for Wizards fans. And then on the other side, you see Cooper Flagg, another 30-point game, is having as good a season offensively as any rookie that we've ever seen. Shams, I know you're not done, because just in the last couple of minutes, the Sixers and the Thunder cut a deal as well. Can you give us the details?
And Jared McCain, who was off to a Rookie of the Year start with the Sixers last year before his torn meniscus, he has been traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the reigning OKC Thunder, for 1 first-round pick, the Rockets pick this year, and 3 second-rounders. This move, clearly for the Sixers has a little something to do with figuring out that roster. You have Quentin Grimes. They have key decisions to make with Quentin Grimes this offseason. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. They want to try to keep him, but getting under and out of the tax, they've got a glut of guards. And by doing this, Jared McCain moves on to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Wow, so that's what happens with the defending champs. Meanwhile, the Sixers, I know Joel Embiid was out again last night, but a resurgent Embiid, that great backcourt, we'll see what they are able to do. And we are still, amidst all of this, on Giannis Antetokounmpo watch. So, Shams, with the trade deadline about 24 hours away now, what's the latest on Giannis?
Hannah, Bucks general manager John Horst, ownership, they're continuing to sift through the offers that have come in on Giannis, the aggressive offers. But on the eve of the NBA's trade deadline on Thursday, one thing that has been made abundantly clear to the Milwaukee Bucks is Giannis is ready to move on, whether it's at the deadline now or in the offseason. So the Bucks and John Horst, their general manager, there's a decision to be made now over the next 24 hours. The risk reward of, are you going to be able to find a deal that matches the threshold, or do you potentially risk taking this into the off season where Giannis will be on an expiring contract? He's going to have the ability to have the sway and the dictation of where he could end up. And if he potentially says, I want to go here, or I only want to play here or here, that does have an ability to box in and shrink his market. Right now, it's an open market for the Bucks to negotiate in. So we'll see between now and Thursday. Will the Bucks decide to move on from Giannis, or will they allow this to go into the offseason, which in the second half of the year will make for potentially an untenable environment, because the Bucks might be playing to keep a high draft pick, but Giannis, right, my understanding is he wants to play the second half of this season. So that's a conflict of what both of these sides might want.
That is a very, very fine line to walk. And then, of course, whatever deal comes to the table, ownership has to sign off on that. So it's very complicated. A lot needs to happen. We'll see if it does within the next 24 hours. And if it does, you'll be all over it. ESPN's trade deadline special is tomorrow, starting at 1 Eastern. It's 4 hours long. I have a feeling you might need all of that, Shams. Thank you.